100 million years to take place. Those same scientists talk of the last ice age occurring 10,000 years ago. But the evidence clearly points to a post-flood ice age. Remember, we all have the exact same evidence to examine and draw conclusions from. We will examine that evidence in this report and let you draw your own conclusion. A bit of advice. Take in this report with an open mind. I say this coming from a background of having been a theistic evolutionist. I believed God created everything. However, I believed he had to have taken billions of years to get the job done. That belief made a hypocrisy of my Christian testimony and witness, as old earth beliefs teach that it was billions of years of death and suffering that eventually brought man into existence. But God's word states that it was man's sin that brought death into existence, separating us from him and requiring that we be reunited or redeemed with him. This is the foundation of why Jesus died on that cross, to redeem believers with our Creator. Old earth beliefs, which deny the global flood, for reasons I will soon explain, represent the single greatest assault on the Bible's foundations in all of history. When my eyes were opened to the truth, which is that the Bible is true, word for word and cover to cover, my life's mission became focused on teaching others what I had learned, namely, that how the earth's strata layers formed is the key to one's belief in the age of the earth and when sin and death enter the world. These are keys to whether people place their faith in God's word and his plan of salvation. This will become crystal clear as you listen to this report. We present and discuss the multitude of evidence that is available for examination. My contention is that the evidence clearly documents a global flood and an earth that is thousands of years old and not billions or even millions of years old. If you are a fellow believer who trusts that the earth is only a few thousand years old, you will relish this report's refutation of old earth beliefs. And if you hold to old earth beliefs, my hope is that you will carefully weigh the evidence just as I once did. Don't be surprised if you never look at our planet the same way again. Russ Miller. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 13. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. Chapter 1. Our planet is devastated. During and after the 371 days that Noah, his wife, and their 3 sons and daughters-in-law were aboard the ark, the planet was ravaged. The world they had known ceased to exist. Massive amounts of evidence supports what the Bible reveals. We will discuss that evidence in detail in this report. We will also consider the implications of these events with regard to the age of the earth. First, however, I invite you to join with me in a creative exercise. I think this will help you to get a good feel for what happened to the people, plants, and animals and to planet Earth during those 371 days. Let your mind envision the world that was. See the massive landmass not yet broken up into today's continents. Look at all that greenery, lush, fruit-laden vegetation everywhere, kept green by an amazing underground watering system that allows a mist to rise up and cover the land that is never parched. It is like living in a greenhouse, the climate always mild and perfect. No one has skin cancers from too much exposure to the sun, as the mist, and possibly a solid or vaporized type of shield above the atmosphere, protects the planet from the sun's ultraviolet, gamma, and X-rays. People can live to incredible ages in this perfect environment. But now listen to the sounds made by the family of Noah. The sawing and fitting and hammering as the large gopher wood beams are set into place and then covered with pitch. The other people of the land, who, according to the Bible, have been judged to extinction because the world is filled with their violence and corruption, scoff at the builders of the ark. They do not understand that each sound and each action of Noah's family is another part of God's edict that the end of all their flesh